Hello students, welcome back to part 2 of session 5. In this session also we are going to solve problems on calculation of working capital requirement of an organization. We have already come across this problem in part 1 where we had production of 1,38,000 units, and in that session I explained you in detail what must be considered as a base while calculating various inventory under current asset and various assets under current asset, at the same time various liabilities under current liability. Today we are moving towards one more problem. Just look at this problem. The pro forma cost sheet of a company shows the following. Cost sheet is given. In last problem we only prepared cost sheet, see, per unit and total. But in this problem they have given you per unit value. Raw material is 130 rupees, direct labor is 50 rupees, overhead is 60 rupees, profit is 12% of selling price and selling price is 300. The following particulars are available. Raw material are in stock on an average for 2 months. Material are in process on an average for 1.5 months. Finished goods are in stock on an average for 3 months. Credit allowed by creditor is 2 months. Credit allowed by customers is 2 months. Lag in payment. Lag means outstanding payment of wages is 1.5 months and overhead is 1 month. One third of output is sold for cash. Cash in hand and at bank is expected to be rupees 45,000. You are required to prepare a statement showing working capital needed to finance level of activity of 65,000 units of production. You can have a note like this also, note on calculation of total cost, because cost per unit is given in the problem. So, but cost per unit is there. It is not necessary. If you feel like having a note, you can have note like the previous problem. In previous session how prepared, you might have seen it, particularly in the last video. So you can prepare like that. But I have not prepared same note again because we have unit cost information in this problem in the form of pro forma cost sheet. So I went directly in calculation of working capital requirement of organization. Under first method, that is components of current asset method. See, cash is 45,000. Inventory, it is clearly given raw material are in stock on an average 2 months. When we are calculating raw material inventory, we have to consider raw material consumed as a base. If raw material consumed is not given in the problem, we can consider raw material purchase. Here I consider raw material purchased 65,000 into 130 is raw material purchased into 2 by 12. So then materials are in process on an average 1.5 months. When there is sentence like this, so you should not consider only material in process. You should consider other direct expenses are also in process, because work in progress inventory will be calculated based on cost of production. Here cost of production is direct sum of all direct expenses such as 130 raw material, 50 direct labor, overhead they have not given whether it is fixed or variable, we are considering it as variable, 60. So 60 plus 50, 110 plus 130 is 240 is cost of production. As a sentence says that material are in process, don't assume that only material will be in process. So to make anything in process or to make material in process, you need wages, you need machinery, you will have to incur other variable overhead also. So that's why while calculating work in progress inventory, you should take cost of production as a base even though the sentence is material or in process. And one more thing is, in the last problem we had a sentence like there is regular production and sales, 100% material is introduced at the beginning itself. At that time while calculating work in progress inventory, we considered 100% raw material, remaining 50%. But there is no such sentence in this problem. That's why we will take total cost, means 100% of raw material, 100% of other direct expenses. 130 plus 50 plus 60, So that is 240 into 1.5 by 12 because material will be in process for 1.5 months. Then finished goods will be in stock on an average 3 months. I have already said cost of goods sold should be considered as a base for calculation of what is that finished goods inventory. Cost of production, that is 240 plus any other expenses you are incurring to make, you means organization is incurring to make goods ready for sale, should be added. As there is no such expenses here, cost of production itself is cost of goods sold. So that's why 65,000 into 240 into 3 by 12, so 39 lakh. So next one is what is that? Debtors. Debtors inventory will be calculated based on cost of sales. In this problem also there is no cost of sales. Means there is no cost of there is no separate cost of sales. We are considering cost of production as cost of sales because there is no other information other than cost of production. We can arrive only cost of production. Cost of production plus fixed overhead nil. We'll arrive at cost of goods sold as 240 plus any selling expenses nil. So cost of sales is also 240. 240 minus what is that? 300 selling price is profit. 60 rupees profit. So that's why debtor inventory should also be calculated based on cost of goods sold, which is equal to cost of production 240. But total sales is not on cash credit basis. Total sales how much is on cash? 1/3. 1 minus 1/3 is credit sales. That's why 65,000 into cost of sales 240 into what is that? 2 by 3. 2 by 3 will be cost of credit sales into 2 by 12. The answer is 17,33,333. So total gross working capital is 90,36,666. Then the current liability, creditor arises when we purchase goods on credit basis. Here goods means raw material. So raw material purchase is a base. So that's why 65,000 into 130 into credit period allowed by creditors, that is 2 months. So 2 divided by 12. Then there is lag in payment. Lag means there is outstanding payment of wages. So 65,000 into 50 total wages into 1.5 divided by 12. Again there is lag in payment of overhead. 65,000 into 60 into 1 divided by 12 is what is that? Outstanding overhead. Sum of this will become current liability. Current assets minus current liability will become net working capital requirement. ನೆನ್ಪಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಮಕ್ಕಳೇ, raw material inventory ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ raw material consumption is base. Consumption ಹೇಗೆ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ? Opening stock of raw material plus purchase minus closing stock. ಎರಡು ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ನಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಎಲ್ಲೂ ಓಪನಿಂಗ್ ಸ್ಟಾಕ್ ಕ್ಲೋಸಿಂಗ್ ಸ್ಟಾಕ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಪರ್ಚೇಸಸ್ ಅನ್ನೇ ನಾವು ಕನ್ಸಂಪ್ಷನ್ ಅಂತ ತಗೊಂಡ್ವಿ. ಓಪನಿಂಗ್ ಸ್ಟಾಕ್ 0 ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಪರ್ಚೇಸಸ್ then minus closing stock 0, so purchases will become consumption. Work in progress inventory calculate ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ಒಂದು ವೇಳೆ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ is carried on evenly throughout the year ಅಂತಿದ್ರೆ ಆಗ 100% raw material plus 50% of other direct expenses ತಗೊಳ್ಬೇಕು. ಅಂತ ಸೆಂಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲದಿದ್ರೆ 100% of raw material plus 100% of other expenses total will become cost of production. ಇಲ್ಲಿ cost of production 240, ಅದನ್ನ ಬೇಸ್ ಆಗಿ ತಗೊಳ್ಬೇಕು. finished goods inventory calculate ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ನಾವು ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಗೂಡ್ಸ್ ಸೋಲ್ಡ್ ಅನ್ನ ಬೇಸ್ ಆಗಿ ತಗೊಳ್ಬೇಕು. ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಗೂಡ್ಸ್ ಸೋಲ್ಡ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಎನಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆನ್ಸಸ್ ಇನ್ಕರ್ಡ್ ಬೈ ದ ಆರ್ಗನೈಸೇಷನ್ ಟು ಮೇಕ್ ಗೂಡ್ಸ್ ರೆಡಿ ಫಾರ್ ಸೇಲ್ ಅಂತದೇನಾದ್ರೂ ಇದ್ರೆ ಆಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಇಲ್ಲ, ಹಾಗಾಗಿ 240 ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಗೂಡ್ಸ್ ಸೋಲ್ಡ್. ಇನ್ನು ಡೆಟರ್ ಇನ್ವೆಂಟರಿ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಸೇಲ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ನಾವು ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು. ಏನದು ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಸೇಲ್ಸ್? ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಗೂಡ್ಸ್ ಸೋಲ್ಡ್ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಎನಿ ಅದರ್ ಸೆಲ್ಲಿಂಗ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆನ್ಸಸ್ ಇನ್ಕರ್ಡ್ ಬೈ ದ ಆರ್ಗನೈಸೇಷನ್. ಅಂತದ್ ಯಾವುದು ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಸೇಲ್ಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ, ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಅದನ್ನೇ ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ಇನ್ನು ಕ್ರೆಡಿಟರ್ ಇನ್ವೆಂಟರಿ ಯಾವಾಗ ರೈಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ವೆನ್ ಯು ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್ ಗೂಡ್ಸ್ ಆನ್ ಕ್ರೆಡಿಟ್. ಗೂಡ್ಸ್ ಇವ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಮೆಟೀರಿಯಲ್ ಆನ್ ಕ್ರೆಡಿಟ್. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ raw material purchase is the base for calculation of creditor. ಇನ್ನು ಔಟ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಏನಾದ್ರೂ ಇದ್ರೆ ಸೊ ನಾವು ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ದಟ್ಸ್ ಆಲ್. ಟೇಕ್ ಕೇರ್ ಆಫ್ ಯುವರ್ ಹೆಲ್ತ್. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು.